Here's a raw truth of our society today. Many couples don't fall apart because they stop loving. They quietly starve because connection is replaced by performance. You can have the house, the savings, the calendar packed with kids' activities, and still feel hollow. It's like living in a well-lit home without warmth. Tasks get done, roles are fulfilled, but the heart is soundproofed. Having is not the same as being close. When the subconscious dynamics tilt, one partner tightening control to feel safe, the other shrinking to avoid rejection, the current of connection drains without a word. The body reports it first. Eyes that skim instead of landing for 2 seconds, shallow breathing when a tender topic surfaces, shoulders that tense the moment the other walks in. This isn't moral failure. It's misattunement repeated until it becomes a lifestyle. Today, we name that emptiness for what it is: a deficit of co-regulation, of being seen and needed, of non-verbal signals answered with presence. And we begin the way back. From the outside, your life reads like a checklist of success. On the inside, the symptoms pile up. Arguments loop on the same topics: money, chores, in-laws, how the kids should be raised. But nothing resolves. The next week you're back at the same junction with the same tight throats. Nights end with parallel scrolling. 2 people in one bed, each inside a separate world. Date nights feel like status maintenance, not discovery. When intimacy happens, it's mechanical or postponed. When it doesn't, one of you quietly keeps score. You both talk logistics perfectly: pickups, bills, schedules, and somehow never talk meaning. Silence becomes a strategy. The peace you protect is really shut down. Fewer bids for connection, shorter glances, polite laughter that doesn't reach the eyes. You outsource belonging to work, children, or screens. Social comparison makes it worse. Everyone's highlight reels say you should be happy, so you argue with your own feelings and call it gratitude. There's a fatigue you can't sleep off. Small frictions: who left the light on, who forgot the email, ignite outsized reactions because nothing underneath is metabolized. You sense a drift: less inside jokes, fewer private rituals, more negotiations than invitations. You are busy, efficient, and functionally alone together. The problem isn't the topics you fight about, it's the invisible climate that supports them. They look perfect on paper. 2 kids, a renovated kitchen, matching luggage for summer trips. In session, she says her chest feels like a stone before bed. He jokes about needing decompression time, stays up late with podcasts until she's asleep. When I ask them to sit knee to knee and hold eye contact for 60 seconds, something obvious appears. Their eyes never actually land. They orbit: foreheads, floor, window, anywhere but the other's pupils. Her breath rises to the collarbone. His jaw locks. Here's the reveal: they don't lack love. They lack the felt experience of being seen and needed in real time. Their marriage runs on logistics because logistics don't reject you. Eye contact does. Slowing down does. Naming fear does. The emptiness she reports is not a vacuum. It's the residue of hundreds of micro-misses, where signals were sent and no one answered. What appears as boredom, nitpicking, or low desire is usually a nervous system problem masquerading as a relationship problem. Under stress, your bodies stop playing together. One partner, often the pursuer, escalates. More questions, more texts, more, "Can we talk about this?" The other, the withdrawer, protects by minimizing. Short answers, detours to work, a friendly but distant tone. Both strategies are attempts to feel safe. Together, they form a closed loop. The more one chases, the more the other retreats. The more the other retreats, the more the first chases. Now add the performance marriage. You become excellent co-managers, calendars synchronized, savings on track, vacations booked with military precision. KPIs look great: mortgage, milestones for the children. But KPIs are output metrics, not attachment health. The system prizes efficiency over attunement. You cut the eye contact to save time. You replace curiosity with updates. You outsource soothing to screens. The marriage functions, but it does not co-regulate. At the core is misattunement. Micro-moments when one partner's signal doesn't match the other's response. She says, "Long day," hoping for warmth. He hears, "Problem to solve," and offers tips. He shares a work setback, wanting dignity. She rushes reassurance that accidentally erases his experience. Neither is unkind. Both are out of sync. Multiply that by years and you get a felt sense of living next to, not with each other. Attachment patterns intensify it. Anxiously attached partners read neutral pauses as danger and push for reassurance. Avoidantly attached partners read intense bids as engulfment and move away. The result is threat appraisal on both sides. The body prepares for attack or escape, and intimacy feels risky even in a safe home. Here's the raw truth. Have is not equal to connect. Material abundance cannot substitute for co-regulation. The steady exchange where my nervous system relaxes in yours. Emptiness is not the absence of things. It's the absence of being registered. When your signals land, eyes meet, breath lengthens, shoulders drop, the climate changes. Without that, every conversation rests on a thin layer of ice, and even kindness feels like strategy. Before words fail, bodies speak. Watch the distances. You start the evening on opposite ends of the couch, feet angled away instead of toward. Notice the micro flinches. A shoulder tightens when your partner enters the room. A jaw ticks when the topic shifts to money or sex. Eyes skim rather than settle. Glances under 1 second signal scan, not see. Breathing climbs into the chest during tender moments, producing quick nods and faster speech to get through it. Touch becomes purely functional, handing a mug, passing a phone, while affectionate touch, a palm on the back, a cheek kiss held 2 beats, disappears. Timing tells on you. Bids for connection arrive when both nervous systems are saturated, after bedtime routines, emails, dishes. You call this bad timing, but it's actually avoidance in disguise, picking moments when depth is least likely to land. Even laughter changes timbre, more air than warmth. These signals aren't trivial, they're climate data. When you read them early, you can intervene. Slow the breath, lengthen the gaze, close the distance, before the conversation becomes a negotiation. Attachment isn't a label. It's a set of reflexes your body learned to keep love from disappearing. In secure patterns, stress pulls partners closer. Signals are sent and received with minimal distortion. In anxious patterns, stress turns up pursuit, checking phones, over-explaining, seeking certainty with words when the body needs presence. In avoidant patterns, stress turns up distance, working late, needing space, keeping conversations informational to prevent overwhelm. High-functioning couples often hide avoidant reflexes behind productivity. Everything looks fine because everything gets done. What hurts isn't difference, it's misattunement. The anxious partner hears pause as danger and pushes. The avoidant partner hears intensity as engulfment and retreats. Both are protecting tenderness with the only tools they know. The result is a threat loop. Hearts want closeness while nervous systems expect harm. Repair begins when you name the reflex without blaming the person. When I don't hear back, my body panics and I chase. Or when I feel pressed, my chest locks and I shut down. Naming turns reflexes into choices. Choices make safety possible. We're fine because the bills are paid. That's a comforting story, and a toxic pattern when it replaces emotional safety. Financial stability lowers some stress. It does not create connection. The kids come first, so our relationship can wait. Another lie. Children learn regulation by watching how you connect and repair. Starving the couple bond starves the family system. We never fight, so we're healthy. Often that's not peace, it's shutdown, low conflict because no one risks depth. I'm just tired. Sometimes true, often code for I'm scared to feel. If I don't bring problems, I'm easy to love. That's not love, that's self-erasure. We just need a vacation. Geography won't fix misattunement you pack in your carry-on. This is adult life. Emptiness is normal. Numbness is common. Numbness is not health. The raw truth. These lies protect you from short-term discomfort while taxing long-term intimacy. Honesty isn't cruelty. Honesty is the first act of empathy, with yourself and each other. On paper, they're low conflict. In reality, they're low pulse. I ask them to try a simple drill. Sit side by side, turn toward each other, and hold eye contact for 60 seconds. 10 seconds in, she laughs, thin, apologetic, a cover for panic. At 15, his gaze slides to the bridge of her nose. At 30, her eyes gloss, His throat bobs. At 45, she whispers, I forgot what this feels like. The room gets very quiet. The reveal isn't fireworks. It's recognition. Their bodies remember what their calendar forgot. Being seen is a nutrient, not a luxury. What they called, we're just busy, was a long fast from co-regulation. Depth didn't vanish. It atrophied from disuse. Your goal isn't to talk more. It's to co-regulate so talking matters. 3 tools, simple, repeatable, 0 poetry required. 1. The 5-minute check-in. Feel, need, request. Do it daily, same time if possible. One speaks for 90 seconds. The other mirrors. Switch. A speaker frame. I feel because I need my concrete request is under listener frame. What I hear is it makes sense that you'd feel I can offer example speaker. I feel overlooked. When evenings become logistics, I need some us time. Could we do 20 phone-free minutes after the kids are down? Listener, you feel overlooked when nights are all tasks. That makes sense. I can do 20 minutes tonight and set an alarm. 2. Narrative repair. Context, meaning, need before counterpoint. When tension rises, slow the sequence. Describe the scene, name the meaning you made, state the need, then add your perspective. A script. When you closed the laptop during my story context, I told myself I was boring, meaning. I needed reassurance, need. Can you tell me you're still with me before sharing feedback, request? A response. I see the meaning you made. You aren't boring. I was anxious about deadlines. Next time I'll say, I want this. Give me 1 minute to close a loop. 3. Connected timeout. Pause with a promise. If one of you hits overwhelm, step out without abandoning the bond. A script to call it, I'm flooded. I'm taking 20 minutes to reset. I will come back at 8:40. A script to return, thank you for waiting. What matters most to you here? A rule, whoever calls the timeout must initiate the return. Microhabits that change climate, eyes on purpose. Land your gaze for 2 slow breaths when greeting. Say 1 line that names something you appreciate today. A touch with message, a palm on the back as you pass equals, I'm with you, not, excuse me. A no phone window. 45 to 60 minutes in the evening to protect curiosity. Add 2 rituals. 3-minute morning preview, what would make today easier? And 10-minute evening debrief, what was heavy? What was good? When rupture happens, and it will. A lead with what you can validate. The part 1 see and own is ____. I ask 1 clarifying question. Is there something I haven't understood yet? A make a next step offer. Would it help if I ___ this week? Why this works. You are training your nervous systems to expect safety with truth. Structure reduces ambiguity. Validation lowers threat. Specific requests create traction. Emptiness recedes when signals land, bodies settle, and meaning is co-authored again. Boundaries, rituals. Repair healthy love needs containers. Set boundaries that protect attention. A 45 to 60-minute no-phone window each evening. Laptops closed in the bedroom. A 1 screen at a time rule when together. Boundaries aren't punishments. They are fences that keep the field usable. Next, install rituals of connection. A morning preview, 3 minutes. What's 1 stressor today, and 1 way I can support. A evening debrief, 10 minutes. What was heavy? What was good? What do you need tonight? A microgreets. When you reunite, 2 slow breaths of eye contact plus 1 specific appreciation. A touch with message, a steady palm to the back, a cheek kiss held 2 beats, signals the body believes. When things go wrong, and they will, use repair deliberately. 1. Own impact before intent. I cut you off and you felt dismissed. 2. Name the need you ignored. You needed presence, not solutions. 3. Offer prevention. Next time I'll mirror first, then ask to problem solve. 4. Make a small, dated promise. Tonight, 20 phone-free minutes after 9. Rituals create predictability. Predictability lowers threat. Low threat makes desire and play possible again. Here's the bottom line. You don't feel empty because you're missing achievements. You feel empty because signals don't land. Having measures inventory. Connection measures co-regulation. Eyes that meet and soften, breath that lengthens, shoulders that drop because the other person is with you. Every choice you make either protects short-term comfort, avoidance, performance, shutdown, or invests in short-term discomfort that buys long-term intimacy, naming truth, asking clearly, repairing fast. You are not broken. You are out of sync. And sync is trainable. Choose one boundary, one ritual, and one repair phrase to practice this week. Track the climate, not the scoreboard. More glances that land, more laughter with warmth, fewer conversations on ice. Emptiness is the absence of being registered. Let your bodies register each other again. Steadily, imperfectly, daily.